Hello everyone, Jack here, starting off on another morning walk. Beautiful day today. Too much water in those infamous potholes. Roosters are crowing as usual. Look what this guy does with all these roosters. You got 30 or 40 of them over here. Assuming he sells them, fights them, whatever. Maybe breeds them, I don't know. Looks like it. Hey, hey, hey. They're about working over there, pulling the plow. Tough life for the caribou. Still no water. Still no water. But they're getting it from somewhere. Some of these fields anyway. I know this guy's pumping water every day. Yeah, my buddy, Stormin Norman Bates, aka an expat Brit, or a British expat in the Philippines, aka a grumpy Brit in the Philippines. He's at it again, guys. I think it's the last three videos have been nothing about Americans and their pensions. 3 whole videos. Gee, dude. Yep, still pumping it out of the canal here. What little's there. But it's working. It's working for his fields anyway. Yes, he's at it again, picking on Americans, all Americans. It's one thing people pick on him like I'm doing now, but I'm not picking on the entire group of English or British expats over here. I'm just picking on this guy because his whole channel now is just anti-American. Everything he says, we expect this, we expect that, we consider ourselves to be here and everybody else is here. I'm trying to figure out where's he getting this all from. Sounds to me like he leads a life of exclusion, pretty much like I do here. I don't see him ever talking to any expats. I don't see him intermingling with other expats from other countries. So everything he's got is based on, appears to be based on what's happening here and what comments he gets on his channel. Well, you attack Americans, they're going to attack you back, dude. It's as simple as that. You attack individuals, individuals usually have a tendency to fight back. Yeah, it's the American way. You say stuff bad about Americans, you're going to get responses from Americans calling you out on it. It's as simple as that. With his great expertise and how happy he is here. Happy? Would you name your channel Grumpy Brit in the Philippines if you were happy over here? And as I remind y'all, he built that channel after his wife or girlfriend kicked him to the curb. So now he sits in his little white room. I don't know if that's a sanitarium. If they get, hopefully they don't have padded walls in there, or hopefully they do have padded walls to keep him from hurting himself in his little padded white room. And then just attacks Americans and wonder why they comment back. But we all know what you're trying to do. You're just trying to get views on your pathetic channel. We all know that. And now you, because of you lost your girlfriend or long time, whatever she was, you don't have... Hey, good morning. Making some coconut wine? Yes. All right. Yeah, so after his wife kicked him to the curb, that's when he started the grumpy Brit. And that hasn't quite taken off for him yet. Except from old subscribers on his old channel to his new channel. But since it's not monetized, as he would say, he can't do anything with it. He can't put his videos out there any longer because they're not going to get the exposure to all those Americans that can comment, because he keeps putting out those comments out there. But he's just doing it for the clicks and the views, guys. And not these views, his little white rim views, or his little Kubo, morning, little Kubo views, where he's leading his miserable life. With no family, no friends. I don't know if he's living with his ex-girlfriend there. But there's somebody in the background. You can see them on, or you can hear them on videos. Somebody's in the background. So I don't know if he's renting a room or renting that white sanitarium room, or if he's committed. I don't know. Morning. Morning. But it is quite obvious that he needs that YouTube income, because he's putting all these videos out lately. More than, probably at a faster clip than he's ever done. Used to be you just have his thought of the day. But now he gets more views attacking Americans, so he stays on that and puts out 2 or 3 a day. Okay, dude, good luck with that. Good luck with that, and I'm sure we'll keep commenting. You put them out there, we'll keep commenting. And he's right, we will watch them, some of us. A dedicated group of us who calls him out on his bigotry against Americans, his bigotry against veterans. And it all stems from our pensions. Our pensions, our Social Security. He'll give you a deep dive. If you can listen to him for 5 minutes, which is very, very, very difficult to do, because he's an absolute boring individual. But if you're wheelchair bound or couch bound here in the Philippines, you might listen to him. You might watch his videos. You might be that bored at home. Because you're his target audience. And he keeps saying, oh, I had 3 commoners. 3, huh? 3 whole people that told you that they have federal pensions and thrift savings plan and Social Security and maybe even military retirements and military disability payments. Oh, they make upwards of $10,000 a month over here. But they all claim that, and they're anonymous. That's probably their right, huh? That's probably their right to be anonymous. And why would they tell you their name? Uh-oh, now another pump. Gonna pump some water?
Yes.
Good job. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
A little store going there, huh? Good. So yeah, guys, they want to be anonymous. Oh my God, shame on them. Shame on them for wanting to be anonymous. But if they're so arrogant as you say they are, then why are they being anonymous? If they're so high up like they claim to be, then what do they got to hide there, Norman? Why are they hiding? And like I said, grumpy Brit, expat, British expat in the Philippines. Like I told you on your channel, hey, like Quigley says, we got rid of the misfits in our country. Yeah, we sent them back to England. And now Trump's sending them back to their own countries. Because it's true, we have become a welfare state. It's time we get off of that. You want to immigrate to the United States, do it legally. That's all I say. My only comment on that. And besides, I can't go back to the US anyway. No kings allowed. So keep up your crap there, Stormin Norman Bates. If you look at him, he just looks like an Anthony Perkins in his 90s. And he certainly acts like a psycho. I wonder if he prepares all these speeches he gives in advance. So he got a script that he just recites off of, and he tries to act like he's a poor expat living over here on a small state pension. For those of you who believe him. Which I don't think too many of you do. I don't believe a thing comes out of his mouth. Good morning. He's just a boring individual. Hello. No water coming from the main source either. Bye-bye. He's more well off than his friend down there on Bohol. That's for sure. But he was claiming poverty when he broke up with his girlfriend, former wife, whatever the heck she was. I think he lied about that as well. Yeah, they gotta get some water in these fields. This stuff has got to be transplanted. But yeah, I don't know what it is. He's doing 2 or 3 videos a day now. Mostly about Americans and attacking some individual channels, like I talked about in my last video, for no apparent reason. I mean, if you look at his channel, he gets maybe 10 comments on there, so I don't know where he's getting all these anonymous posts from. If you look on channel, you don't see them there. You don't see these people claiming that they're getting $2,700 in TSP payments, plus their pensions, plus all this. He mentioned 3 specifically, but I don't see them in his channel. So is he making this stuff up? Could be. Could be. Like I said, just the means to grift on his channel for those clicks and views. But he's also got some defenders out there. Not many, but he's got some defenders. Unlike the big channels like PLT, who goes around parking in Yamaha or Honda Corporation handicap spots, creeping through the little villages and towns for YouTube content, sticking his camera in windows and homes of people that don't have a door or a window on their home, creeping through their neighborhoods just for content. Notice he only singles out the little barely legal or underage girls in his videos. Doesn't talk about any boys, but he focuses in on the little underage girls or barely legal age girls in all his videos. You don't see him asking 19, 18-year-old kids if they're married and how old they are. Doesn't focus on them at all. He just wants that female content because of all those people that dream of coming to the Philippines and being able to buy a CRF 300 motorcycle and pop wheelies in the downtown streets and change their oil once a week, get it haircuts once a week, clean their Honda CRF 300 every day. Yeah, all those people that watch him for that content, who dream to be able to come over here. So come on, guys, if you're 30 years old and don't have any money, come on over, start a YouTube channel. Creep around squatter areas, as he calls them, or as I call them, home, because their neighborhoods are nothing like, or no different from the neighborhoods here, except he calls them squatter areas. I call it your typical barangay. If you lived over here, you'd know the difference. Uh-oh. The Creeper Crusaders are gonna come back at me again. Oh no. Oh no. Please guys, don't comment on my channel defending PLT. That's Pro-Life Traveler for those new who don't know who that is. The Creeper of Dumaguete and his Caped Crusaders. He's got one guy on his channel, Tilapia Dave. If you look at him, anytime somebody makes a bad comment on his channel, he's right there to defend him. There'll be 200 negative comments on the guy's channel, and Tilapia Dave spends his entire day making comments to what that person said bad about his channel. Really? Are you that obsessed with him, Tilapia Dave? You that in love with the guy? Is that where he's sleeping at night? Your house? Or could that be with a one and the same? Could it be a pseudonym for a Pro-Life Traveler? And there's about 2 others that they do the same thing every day. Joratuba. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Working them fields, huh? Yeah, Joratuber. He does the same thing on his channel. Goes in there and defends every negative comment that somebody puts out about Pro-Life Traveler. And they are the Creeper Crusaders. The PLT sidekicks. And it's a little funny how Tilapia Dave started his channel about the same time the PLT did. So are they one and the same? A pseudonym for Pro-Life Traveler? Because we know he never goes in and does any replies on his video, on any of his videos. Not for months and months and months. So he is attacking other channels through his pseudonym channels. And no matter how rude he is to the Filipinos, like yesterday called a woman out in her store because she didn't give him the respect that he demanded, so she was rude. He goes to the same young women work sites every day, or every other video, at least once a week. He's got to touch them, ask their age, ask them if they're single. See creeps around their neighborhoods. School is in session. Quiet days. Quiet days upon me anyway. So let me just end my comment session today with little parting words for for Stormin Norman Bates. In my personal opinion, after the age of 50, we're all living on borrowed time anyway. And if we choose to come here at 62 or younger than 62, if we can afford it, what concern is it of yours because you can't get your pensions until you're 67? Why do you have such a gripe with that? Like I said, after the age of 50, we're all living on borrowed time. I found that out just a few months ago when I had the medical evac from the Philippines and go back and take care of a procedure that I only felt comfortable doing in the US. And now I'm back. Good morning. But I came back, and why? Because I know that I'm on borrowed time, guys. And I will try to offset that time by changing previous habits. And this is my stress relief, because Norman's got me stressed out. Under doctor's advice to go on YouTube and perform stress relief 5 or 6 times a week, 7 if I can do it. So just following doctor's orders, guys. Borrowed time. You never know how long we'll have it. Heck, many Americans, due to their lifestyle, won't even make it to 62 to collect their Social Security. So why do you begrudge people that do it before they're 67, Norman? Because if you don't collect it, you lose it. It's not like the government's providing us with anything, because we paid for it. We paid for it. It sounds like you're even confessing that in Australia they don't even have to pay for it. They just have to live there and then grab an old age pension. That don't seem fair. That's a burden on taxpayers. You don't talk about that in a negative light. Oh, that's it, guys. I'm back. Y'all take care, Jack. I'm out. Thanks for watching.